Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing this Sunday? I'm just going to make sure that everything is okay on OBS. It says so. Excellent. Right, hello everyone. Welcome to the usual Sunday stream. And it's your mum's birthday today, Joshua. Well, happy birthday for her. Oh, blimey, there's lots of people in chat already. Hello, Lycaon. What's up? I have something wrong with the belly, so I'm a bit fragile today. Hence me taking things a little bit slower. Yeah, not good. And yes, I should also mention, of course, it is Remembrance Sunday. For obviously November the 11th was yesterday, but it's always done on a Sunday. Hence the purple poppy I have in the bottom corner. And if you haven't seen the purple poppy before, purple poppies are to commemorate the animals of warfare, generally dogs, horses, and pigeons. And I always think the animals of warfare, especially the dogs of modern wars, do tend to get a bit forgotten, so I always fly a purple poppy on Remembrance Day. But we are back on ISLA SODOR today, and as you can see, again, I've been busy off screen doing a few things. First of all, thanks to having the new memorial statue, I've been able to turn the memorial area that was here into a proper memorial, with the John Hammond statue, a couple of fountains, the flags, etc. I'll talk more about the statue a bit later while we're building. You can also see that I've completely finished the Oviraptor enclosure area, the path around it. Finished doing the decorative items. This enclosure is ready to have things built, and you can see there's a lovely vegetation flower bed between here and here. The amenities area is completed. The fence line is ready for the walkthrough enclosure. You did, Burger. Did he die in a particular battle? Was he on one of the ships, for example? I'd like to know more about that story, if you don't mind. And I have also finally decided what I'm going to do over here with this empty area where I didn't know what to do. I'm going to turn it into a mini golf course, but that might have to be next stream. Today I want to do this enclosure here for the Monolophosaurus and make a start on our walkthrough enclosure. So that's what today's task is going to be. So I would like people's ideas of what sort of thing to do for the Monolopho enclosure. Anyone got any?
Oh yeah, these tools exist. Sorry, I forgot.
Any particular ideas for enclosure types, biome, anything you might want to see me put in here? Do let me know. Fletcher, please don't tell me you're going to use the Stego Golf mod by Careding. I'm not. No, I'm going to create a mini golf course. I saw somebody do it on the Reddit for JWE2 quite a while ago, and I thought, well, that's a good idea. But I can do it better with mods, so that's what that mini golf area is going to be. But it's going to be quite difficult and fussy to build, so I might do it off screen. I might try and do it on stream, but it will probably be quite a slow stream. Rocky enclosure, mountainous, Monolopho ruins, temperate, crate maze, do an abandoned research facility theme, waterfall, Monolophosaurus swamp. We've already got a swamp enclosure for the Metriacanthosaurus, so I think we'll not do another swamp. I do quite like the idea of doing some sort of ruin. The abandoned research facility theme. Waterfalls are possible. I do have the mod that adds them. I want to avoid using mod pieces in this park.
Until space comes out.
Just because I do know a lot of people prefer to see parks with no mods. What I might do is the park after this, I might do a full mod park, so I make use of all of the mod pieces to do a mod park after this one. This one I want to be a bit careful with the pieces I'm using. Trenches for the monolith, so I'll go for that World War theme. Fletcher, will you make an updated version of the male-female skin spreadsheet you posted on Nexus in your Discord? So the thing about that spreadsheet is someone has put all the skin stuff onto Steam already. What I think I might do is I might just release a version which just has the male-female skins and some what I think are the best skins for each animal. I won't be putting every single skin into that spreadsheet like I did last time, because that just took forever. What kind of dinosaur loves to play golf? A T-Rex. I love that, Matthew. I do quite like the idea of giving this a kind of World War I-esque theme. I'm just not sure how. Digging trenches is not particularly easy with the terrain tools that we have. I could use the Kyodenic rough ground tool to kind of do like a no man's land style bombardment, but actual trenches might be a bit difficult. Plus, we don't really have anything to represent guns. I mean, I suppose we do have those comical mortars, but yeah, I don't think I could do a World War I exhibit justice like this. Someone else suggested a abandoned facility or something like that. That could be an interesting idea. We've got this weird sort of spit of land sticking off the back here, which I think I could definitely turn into something. The other thing I wanted to do for this particular enclosure is I wanted to use either the viewing log or the viewing dome. I think the viewing dome is going to work best in this sort of enclosure, because you're going to be, at height with the Monolophosaurus. So, abandoned city. Okay, let's do kind of a Jurassic Park-esque sort of. I mean, because Monolophosaurus is kind of got that feel to it. So let's see. What we'll do is we'll have a mock path. Where's the grey path? Right. So we'll have a mock path, and what we'll do is this will run off of this spit, travel through and around. And then we'll put in here a mock Jurassic Park fence. Oh, we need a gate, don't we? Hang on. Hang on. Right. Mock path. We need a gate. Am I the only one who hates the Camp Cretaceous Monolophosaurus design? I do hate the skin. I think it's a really terrible skin. You're not the only one there. Can the classic gate actually get damaged? What's the damage? Okay, so it can get damaged in as much of it can release smoke. Kind of wanted the fence to be broken a bit. Let's grab another piece of that fence. And let's have... that like that. Let's put a couple of holes in this.
I mean, that would have worked.
Like
Yes.
that. Have you tried the mini enclosure trick? What's the mini enclosure trick?
I have a feeling that place is going to turn around and say, dangerous.
You know, I don't actually like that.
4 seconds.
Don't like that. I like the idea of having the Jurassic Park raptor thing here. I like the idea of making it look overgrown. I'm assuming this can't actually get damaged. No. Okay. Is there something that does get damaged that we can just hide inside there? Yeah. Let's try this. Don't think that creates enough smoke, personally. Let's try backup. Oh, the backup generator is too big to hide. As is that. As is that. Why are all these pieces so big?
So,
Maybe the biasing one will be a little bit...
and again, I feel vindicated because Fletch was like, yeah, use the cliff notes. And I was like, cliff notes.
Okay, that works. Hide one of the coral smokers inside it. That was a good idea actually. The coral smokers probably would also do a similar job, but I think that one there it does quite a good job as well. Hello, Chinchillas for Life. Long time no see. Yes, where have you been?
What do you mean accidental?
Oh, you sink a log into the ground and put the invisible fence around it to make an enclosure. Oh no, I don't tend to do that simply because I think it's a bit cruel. I quite like the idea of this one being like sort of toppled on its side.
I moved it to the left,
Mm.
closed a tiny bit, and then you closed it further twice. Then Alan opened it wider, I opened it all the
Something like that. And then if we just... I think I'm going to keep using the fir trees for this particular enclosure, just to make it look a bit different to the desert ones.
You two can be in charge of the art. I will be in charge of the directions.
I want to make this enclosure look, you know, overgrown. These are dead trees, aren't they? Let's have a couple laying on the thing. Like that. And let's see if we can squeeze another one in here. Let's turn this one slightly. Like that. Yep, that works. We've got some big bushes just to hide some more elements of this. That's a bit too big. Maybe another kind of little pine just to... I don't mind the fiery light sort of appearing there. I think the fire can just be an effect, but I like the idea of like that overgrown sort of bit in the back of the enclosure. Hello, Asdarkday. You wish the raptor pen was usable. I wish the raptor pen could at least be damaged. Because then we could use it as background sort of decoration. What else can we have in here? Like, I don't mind it actually looking... a little bedraggled. Stuff for them to climb on and stuff. Let's have the water source be sort of... run through there. Let's make it not as wide. We'll hide the back of the waterfall. Hide the back of the water. Trees. Oh, come on, ginkgo. You can put a ginkgo in there. Honestly. Right. The JWE2 tree placement kind of sucks. It really does, Dino. It really does. Okay, and then let's put some ground texture under there. Okay, so we got that as kind of one structure. What else could we have in here? Maybe like maybe have like a one of these in here somewhere. It's got to be somewhere... Oh, where are we going to put the... Actually, it's probably... I told you I'm slow today. It's probably an idea to figure out where we're going to put the viewing dome. Wow, that's actually bigger than I thought it was. Maybe here? Or there? Along the edge line of the water? Edge line of the water, that works. And then we can put some plants in there. Yes, I know, complete connection. There we go. Hey Fletcher, any good World War I or II battles I could recreate? Good? Not... maybe not quite the word I would use. What you could do is use some of the Pacific Islands as inspiration for making your own island maps on square maps. So Midway, Okinawa, stuff like that. The islands are fairly small and have quite interesting shapes. So you could use them as inspiration to do your own sort of maps. Just trying to think what else you could do military related on this game. I mean, you could make a World War I themed area. I just think it would be very difficult to do because we don't really have the parts to do it. I would say we probably have more parts to do something like a medieval style park, because we have castle towers, we have the Mediterranean bunker has like cannons on top. And where is the bunker building? There it is. You know, the Mediterranean bunker has like cannons and kind of looks like an old ammunition fort. So I think you could probably do something with kind of a medieval Napoleonic feel to it. I think a World War II, World War I style wouldn't really work. But that's just my thought on it. Instead of those rocks, I'm going to put down what I wanted to do, which was the log. I was just distracted. Do you still don't like the statue, or have some things grown on you about it? Right, let's discuss the statue. Because I think some people have I think people have missed my point about the statue. I don't dislike the statue. I think it has a bad texture. I don't dislike having the statue, though. I think it's a decoration we should have had probably when the 30th anniversary pack was given to us. And I stand by my belief that I think the 30th anniversary pack probably was supposed to have that statue in it, but then they pulled it out for some unknown reason. What I do have a problem with is that they think that that tiny statue, and it is absolutely tiny, that they think that tiny statue is acceptable to give to us when Planet Zoo has received a brand new animal for each of its 3-year anniversaries. And we received a zip line and a statue. Now, the zip line was appreciated by the community because obviously it added quite a lot of... It didn't add quite a lot of... I mean... I'm gonna have to go off on a tangent about the zipline now. A lot of people were happy to have the zipline, but I tell you one thing I don't see much people do, and that's actually use the zipline. Like, people are glad to have the zipline, but I very rarely ever see it actually used in a park. Evo maybe uses it once in a park, but I don't really see parks built entirely around the zipline. I think it's more the fact that the zipline was a new attraction, and we hadn't received any new attractions ever. And I think it's more of the fact that maybe, you know, we all hoped this represented Frontier actually realizing we needed more attractions, which it at least seems they haven't figured out, since we haven't received anything else since. So, again, yes, we were happy to receive the zipline, but I still don't think the zipline was that good either. My problem with the statue is that it represents the fact that Jurassic World Evolution 2 always seems to get the short end of the stick when it comes to Frontier's development. The update that they released the other day came with 2 bug fixes. 2. And they both have, and they haven't worked. Well, I don't know about the Morris Intrepidus bug fix, because I don't use Morris Intrepidus, so I don't know if that's worked. But I can tell you my theropods and my pterosaurs will still phase through enclosures. I tested it myself. They will still do it. I sat here with pterosaurs in an aviary and baryonyx and coelophysis and Troodon, which were the 3 I've experienced the bug with before. I put them in enclosures, put them in an empty thing, ran the game at full fast forward speed, and I had pterosaurs getting stuck, pterosaurs getting out, the baryonyx got out, and the Troodon got out. So clearly the bug is not fixed. The pterosaurs not being stuck in place, that bug was supposed to have been fixed ages and ages and ages ago, and it still happens. And that's what annoys me about this statue. They had the opportunity to remind people the game existed. And not only did they waste that opportunity, but the apparent bug fixes they've supplied haven't fixed any of the problems. I'm still getting massive frame rate losses. Ever since they added the new types of path from the Jurassic Park update, I have been receiving those frame rate losses. They haven't been fixed. Oh, low health. What have we got here? Are you stuck, Yehalopterus? Yeah, you are. There we go. A Yehalopterus stuck in place there. Hopefully that'll save him. You know, just while I'm talking about it, there we go. A pterosaur stuck in place. Now, you could say, well, you haven't got the pterosaurs in an aviary. They're not supposed to be out. They shouldn't get stuck. But they get stuck in the fucking aviary. So, so screw that, frankly. Dynamami thinks the update did do something just to say congrats 2 years of the game existing, but I think they just want the game to be dead already. I don't think they want the game to be dead already, but I really honestly think they are under selling the product. Jurassic World Evolution 2 has the capabilities to be really, really good. You know, a game that actually makes them money for a long time. If they just gave it a little bit of effort, like they did with Planet Zoo. And it strikes me as really weird that they still won't give this game the same level of care and attention that they did to Planet Zoo. Now, some people have said, oh, well, that's because Universal have been interfering. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. Universal are not going to turn around to Frontier and go, oh, can you make this game full of bugs and not fix them? That's not flipping Universal. That's Frontier. And it just feels like Frontier have not learned anything from the release of Jurassic World Evolution 1. Which is really unsatisfying. Universal put bugs in the movies, so why not the game? Please don't get me started on the locusts. We'll be here all night. So yeah, that's my point with the statue update. Just to make it clear to people, I don't have anything wrong with the statue itself, apart from the fact I think it's very small. I think it's very cheaply made, and I think the texture is very bad. But I don't have any problems with it as a general object. My problem is entirely based around the fact that we should have received something more. And some people have said, oh, well, that's entitled to expect more. Well, I don't think it is. Planet Zoo got 3 animals, and last time we got a massive attraction. I don't think it's entitled to expect something a bit better than what is a very cheaply made, very tiny statue. I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad if we got like the statue and a version of the statue on a fountain and the version of a statue, I don't know, on a planter. I would have been happy with variations of it. The problem is we just got one solitary version of it. And it's such a tiny, mean thing. They're going to be Monolophosaurus in here, Jurassic Nation, and we will get round to deciding on skins in a second. I just wanted to finish designing the outside of the enclosure first. I don't know, I'm going off a bit of a tangent, but I got a bit ranty there, but no. This game could be so much better if Frontier just put some effort into it. It really annoys. Anyway. Can't see where this is. Oh, that's needs to be a little higher up. Yeah, it's kind of sticking through the windows a bit, but there are tolerances here. Let's just put a few more rocks into this river because it looks a little bare as it is now. I mean, what are other people's opinions of the statue? I mean, I've given you my opinion. So what do you guys think? Underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, I think that is generally the word I would use. It's underwhelming. Which is not necessarily a bad or a good thing, it's just, you know, it is what it is. And what it is a small, underwhelming statue. Just wanted to put a little bit more foliage in here because it looks a little bit bare. That's better. Let's just do some normal vegetation. I think we'll go with some ferns down here. And I think we'll swap to flowers and such over here. It's just something to make it look nice and overgrown. Oh, I've just realised. I wonder if I use the damage tool the game comes with, if that won't give me that alert up there. I wonder. Ah, of course. Now I phase that through. Let's see if I can grab it again. Here we go. Right, let's fix this. Okay, and let's use... I haven't actually used the in-game damage tool ever. Ah, it does. Okay. In that case, then, the in-game damage tool might actually prove to be a little more useful than Chiodenics. Right. And let's do a few scattered logs around here. There you go. And then let's just add some muddy texture. There we go. And we do need a carnivore feeder as well. I think we'll do two. We'll have one near to the viewing dome and one over here. I'm going to stick a few rocks in just to kind of hide the feeder station from general public view, because you don't want anyone to see that, really. It's kind of like a child protection thing. you obviously you want kids to be in your park, but you probably want to give parents the option of showing their kids, you know, carnivore devouring something, as opposed to assuming that the parents are going to be happy with it. Plus, you know, it gives purpose to the viewing game. I think that looks really good like that, actually. I'm quite happy with how that has turned out. And the only other thing I want to do is add a couple of lights. To there and there. And maybe same thing here, so just like a light coming out from there, and one from there, and one from there. Just helps with the atmospherics a bit. So if I go into here and do the light coloration here. Hello, watched your video on the statue, and you couldn't have said the things you said any better. Thank you, JJ Games. So, I mean, obviously, I was at the time very annoyed, and I would say that perhaps maybe I overdid it slightly, but I do think I had a point that it's just disappointing to see the lack of effort put into things. Excellent. So, Monolophosaurus time, and let's save the game and go and pick some skins. For this particular dinosaur, I would quite like us to have some male and females. So similar, so you got the male and female raptors. I want to have male and female Monolophosaurus here. So we'll try and make some skins that work for that. Robert, your Hammond video was very intense. Intense is one word. Yeah, as anyone who has ever heard me go on about Jurassic World Evolution 3, 2, 1 even, or Jurassic World Dominion, when I get going, if I think something is not satisfactory, I really do get going. Do you want to hear a joke? Frontier? Imagine how it would look, a tall hotel viewing building with platforms pterosaurs could land on outside the room windows. That would be pretty cool, Gajira. Hello, Noobkin. So, yeah, obviously we want to give the males a very... You know, the males will probably have the crest color and the females probably won't. So, let's decide on a crest color first of all. I do like Rana's crest color. I suppose it kind of depends on body color as well, because there are some that look really nice on the bodies, like the blue on Papurana. Okay, let's decide on a body color first of all, and Monolophosaurus is one of the few animals where the body color and the skin, like the preview boxes, actually work. So, body color for the Monolophosaurus. What do people think? All those colors work completely accurately, so... And you think an albino mono would look cool. We could have an albino in there as well. So we'll go for a couple of male, a couple of females, and an albino. Green or purple for body color. What does a bubblegum say when they're in big trouble? Don't know, Jurassic Nation. Do you quite like that green? It's very, very rich. Might be a bit dark for the males, though. Bright green, says Gajira. Okay, bright green it is. And... okay, purple, the purple of Rana, the purple of Pulcrana. Papurana is a bit more subtle. Pelophylax is also subtle. So I said we've got two versions of a subtle colour and two versions of a really bright, distinct colour. So what do people think? I think Rana and Papurana are my favourites. Rana. Okay. So Salar del Huasco and Rana is our male skin. So in that case, our female skin has to be and that's our female skin. Chaplin Valley and lithobates. I added a pattern to the female skin because it makes sense for camouflage purposes to have those green stripes on the female. Maybe not necessarily the green crest, but you could argue that's a sign of sexual maturity in the females as well, so yeah. That's the female. And albino, obviously, is just going to be Gillian Mountains. For an albino. Right. Let's go back to the park. This looks like a sticky situation. That's very good, Jurassic Nation. I tend to go with Blackadder's saying for sticky situation, being that this is a stickier situation since Sticky the stick insect got stuck on a sticky bun, which I thought is particularly good as well. And try saying that very fast many times over. Right. So I think 2 males, 4 females, and the albino. Let's go and find Monolophosaurus. Salar del Huasco Rana. 1 and 2. Gillian Mountains with nothing is our albino. And Chaplin Valley and Lithobates is our female. The females are aggressive, intolerant. Okay, that's fine. We'll make all the females intolerant. Sounds like most of the females I've known in my life. Ahaha. A joke, obviously. Right, let's get these moved over. I do also have to apologize. I know I was supposed to put a War Thunder video out on Friday. I just didn't get a chance to. Me and Dane also wanted to do something with Paleo Pines for him on Wednesday or some point during the week, but we just never got around to arranging it. It's been a very busy, it's been one of those weird weeks where, like, I don't know if you guys ever have them, but like you have nothing massive on, but there's just lots of stuff that has to be done, and you feel like it's busier than it actually is. It's just been one of those sorts of weeks. Can we have the albino be named French flag? Ah, bugger. As a British person, I love that joke. As a teacher, I would be frowning a lot at that joke. It is a bit of a shame we can't get people moving from this area down to here. I bet you if we put like a toilet or something, they would. Maybe put a bathroom in between the two. A fight has begun. Oh, they were just deciding who was going to be dominant. Toilet's the best attraction. I think the way that Frontier... So I always thought this about Jurassic World Evolution 1 as well. That the way that Frontier did their guest pathing never made sense to me. Like, why do the guests travel from amenity to amenity? The guests should just walk all over the park like they used to with Jurassic World Operation Genesis. Just have them go around the entirety of the path system. Why do they go the shortest distance from the entrance to a hotel to a amenity to an amenity to a viewing structure? Never made sense to me. I mean, we could put a bathroom back here, but that would spoil this garden, and I don't particularly want that. Let's actually put a guest bathroom in here. If only just to get them to move around a bit. Yes, I know path not connected. I'm getting to it. Yeah, just sort of there. Yeah, and then we can put in some plants back around this. Where are my lovely palms? There we go. By the way, I apologize if this is not particularly entertaining, but you know, this is all part and parcel of making parks look good. You occasionally have to do stuff like this. There you go, that's better. That, I'm pretty sure this bathroom counts as connected. Yeah, these people are coming this way, hopefully. Yeah, so that bathroom counts as connected now, so people will hopefully start drifting over this way a bit. Name me one dinosaur that will never be in a new Jurassic movie again. Indominus Rex. Just wondering what map is this again. So this is actually this is Isla Nublar square map, and I have built the island myself. So it's technically just the square map. Name idea for the monos and compy. Name the white mono French flag and a compy Napoleon. That works very well for the compy. Right, yeah, but yeah, there's our Monolophosaurus enclosure, and that basically kind of means that apart from this, the dinosaur exhibit here, this sort of the entrance to the park is basically done. This, I kind of want to consider this as the entrance area to the park. You have the hotel, the first few enclosures, the first few amenity blocks. This is basically the entrance side. Now we have the walkthrough exhibit, the science center, the castle to do. We have the mini golf course, the bigger dinosaur enclosure here, and the camp area, lagoon area to do. And then we have the big space at the back, which I'm still not sure what to do yet with. But yeah, we're going to focus on the walkthrough enclosure, although I'm going to take a bit of a break since we are at the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to have a slurp of tea and catch up on the chat a bit. This is basically a shameless steal of Evo's mid-stream break to have a chat, but I do know I can occasionally forget to respond to chat, so I'm going to stick us on top of this viewing room so we can just have a look at the monos and catch up on the chat. Maybe for the walkthrough exhibit use Minmai. I think Minmai would work quite well as a walkthrough animal. Pachyrhinosaurus is definitely way too dangerous for a walkthrough. TASMR, exactly. So next week, obviously, there's going to be the War Thunder video on Friday. Someone has specifically requested a Jurassic World Architect video looking at making better use of the lagoons. I might do that, or I might do the other video, which is looking at decorations. So I think I might do the decorations one, actually. Will you use the JP arch walls for the walkthrough? I think we can use them in parts. I think all the JP walls can be used in different areas of the walkthrough. Using Dominus in it. That is a bit much for a walkthrough enclosure, I think. So again, I was asking for people for ideas for the 2,000 subscriber special, and I really didn't get that many ideas anywhere. Does anyone have any thoughts in chat about things that could be done for the 2,000 sub special? I would quite like something that has quite a bit of like guest subscriber interaction, because you know we're up to 2,000 subs, and I do kind of feel like we need to get more people coming to sort of streams and videos and stuff. So if anyone has any ideas for something that's quite subscriber heavy with a lot of audience interaction. I mean, something I was thinking of doing is kind of shamelessly again stealing the thing that Evo did, where she asked for like truth or dare style truth questions. And if she answered it, she was able to build an enclosure with an animal she liked, and if she didn't answer it, she had to use an animal she didn't like. I did quite like that setup. I thought that was quite a fun way of doing things. So that was one idea I was going to, again, shamelessly steal. A park with audience builds. I mean, again, I could do something showing off people's park builds, but again, that would require them to actually post them onto the Discord and such, and I don't think many of the subscribers are connected to the Discord. Also, shameless plug, if you are new here and haven't joined the Discord, there is a link down below. That was the first Evo video you ever saw as Dark Day. Well, then maybe it's a good idea to do something like that. I mean, I was thinking of doing various videos across the week, whether they were videos or streams across a week of celebration. I think maybe me and Dane could arrange some time to do drunk golf with your friends again, or even just do a joint stream of some regards. I don't know. If anyone has any ideas, put them in the comment section to the post I put up in the community tab, or put them on the Discord. Let me know, and I can get planning that, because I wanted it to be in the month of November at some point. So we've only got 2 weeks left. So it'll either have to be the week after next or the last week of November. Build a real-life Jurassic World. That might take a little bit longer than a week. So, this walkthrough enclosure then. I'm actually going to I'm going to put in the fence line of where it stops, which is what I've done over here as well. But I'm just going to put this one in so we have a rough idea. It probably makes sense to put the gate in first. Okay, the gate is not on a straight line anyway, so fine. So that's going to be the outer edge of the walkthrough, and then you'd go through another double gate section, probably have like 2 gates, and then you'd have 2 pathways into the castle and its grounds. So we need to put in the invisible wall, which is going to prevent any animals from escaping. One thing I'm also going to do with this park is there's going to be, on top of this ridgeline here and on top of this one over here, there's going to be 2, I've already decided, there's going to be 2 underwater viewing domes that are going to provide views over, obviously for this one over here, this will provide a view of the lagoon family area and that dinosaur exhibit there, but this one over here will provide a view of the castle and whatever we choose to have sort of there. And maybe if I remove some of the trees again, the dinosaur area there, just as like viewing spots for people to have a look and, you know, take photos and stuff of. For your 2K special, you should become the next Mr. Beast and get millions of dollars and give it all away. If I got millions of dollars, I'd be honest, I probably wouldn't give much of it away. Fletcher, just an idea. Build a 1930s style dinosaur park with 1930s animal welfare standards. That would be horrid. So the idea is that the sort of the science center is part of the walkthrough as well, and people can go to the science center and have a look. And you'd have like, we're going to have like the fossil buildings here and actual science buildings and stuff here. So this is also going to need gating off. And I quite like the idea of the bridge being sort of the airlock here. So basically this is going to be one side. And then you have the same basically on the other side. And let's just put in... How did I do the bridge over here? Thick path, okay. Like that. Now obviously this fence needs to enclose so it's just going to come across there, and then here it's going to come across here. I don't mind it being in the background here. And we can just put in some manually placed trees and stuff just to cover up where the fence line actually is. So that will be the science center. We need another gate to act as the airlock. There we go. So that will lead off into the science center, and then this is the walkthrough. Fletcher, you know guests can't walk through the gate, but the dinosaurs can. The guests can't walk through those gates. Are you sure? Because I know guests can walk through the normal gates. And I know guests can walk through these gates. Yeah, they can. I know they can because I used one in the Lagoon Park and they were walking through it fine. As long as they're open, they'll walk through. Every time I tried, they counted it as fence. I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose. Although you do raise a good point, the animals are going to be able to escape. But I'm pretty sure invisible fencing stops them. Won't stop people. Let's just do a quick experiment. Let's just do a quick experiment. I wanna test something. Okay, so invisible fencing is counted as fencing. Okay. So we might, for the walkthrough enclosure, we might still have to use invisible fencing. Which will be a bit gutting if we do. But we'll figure it out on the way. Now, something I do want to do is have like a something in the middle here. So I'm thinking I'm going to have one of my much beloved octagons. That. Oh, that's satisfying. Right, there we go. So there's our sort of central area. I want this one to be raised upwards slightly. Not by that much, though. Probably by 2. Yeah, 2 contour lines is sufficient. And what I think we might do as well is try and build like a monorail structure around it. Idea for a park: a rustic FW park on one of the Alpine maps. Fletcher idea for a park: Soviet Russia on the Sierra Nevada map. I hate the Sierra Nevada map. I will never make a park on that map. I absolutely cannot stand it. Do not see the point of it. I'm sorry, but I will never use that map. In fact, I think I did score it as the bottom map. Canada, maybe. The only problem is... How do I put this without causing potential problems? I don't think making anything Russian related is a good idea at the present time. For obvious political reasons. How does Evo make perfect circles around these things? That's... Evo was so good at shit like this. I am absolutely crap at it. I really am. Make the German Empire on the Germany map. I see how she does it. She builds the monorail first and then puts the path. Okay. Let's do it that way then. I'm clearly not doing it the clever way. With a main street that looks like a mock Berlin. The problem is I've never been to Berlin. I wouldn't know what it looks like. Okay. Guessing it's probably going to be better. Bugger. Too much. Is that central, do we think? I think that is as good as I'm going to get it. Bit disappointed I had to get rid of my hex again, but it is what it is. Oh, that is nowhere near equal. It's not perfect. But as I'm very fond of saying, there are tolerances. That's satisfactory to me. Fletcher, can I name a Metri Kaiser Wilhelm II? Why? I think our Metries are also already named. No, apparently they're not. We'll name the Metries at the end, okay? Okay, so we're going to drop down to like that. Same here, 1 and then 2. I'm just going to put in temporary paths here because I don't know for a fact where the castle is going to come off. And then here. Like that. And now we're just gonna, whoops. I'm gonna remove as much of this as I can. And the Austrian is, you shall not be named. I don't think we'll be naming a Metri that, honestly. But Wilhelm and Bismarck is all right. Smooth terrain. Okay, good. Okay, that's satisfactory. Now, the problem we have is the dinosaurs are going to escape through the gates. Apparently. So we're going to have to use invisible fencing for each walkthrough area. Which is very frustrating. Because it's not really a true walkthrough park then. Put a wall arch inside the gate. Would dinosaurs not walk through a wall arch? Not if they're above a certain size. Well, that's the thing. We don't know what size these are going to be. There might be some quite small ones, like Sinosauropteryx in here. So I suppose the other option is we could just shut the gates. But I wouldn't want, I don't want to really do that. Because then there'd be no one in here. No, we'll use invisible fences and we'll just hide the invisible fence as much as we can. Okay. Let's use... Fletcher, about to play a World War One battle simulator. What's an interesting battle I could recreate? You could recreate the Battle of the Somme. The worst day in British military history. Remains the worst day in British military history. Oh, I've just hang on. Sorry, I've just realized something. Don't really need those sections. Yeah, it's a little frustrating that that they will escape through the gates. It kind of destroys the whole point of this being a walkthrough sort of thing, really. Right. Okay. This is what we'll do. We still need to have an invisible wall here, because otherwise they'll escape completely. But what we'll do is we'll just shut the gates. Bugger me. I've just realised there is a way you can do it. And we could... The only way you could make something like this work is use a tour ride to pass through the fencing, have a tour ride station inside the enclosure, and then bring it back around. So then that way the gates aren't a problem. Placing them as I've done here, obviously the gates are a problem. I mean, I don't know if they can walk through the gates. But what we'll do is we'll just say that maybe, like, you know, just the fact that there aren't people in here is not going to be a massive problem. I don't want to detract from the idea of this being a walkthrough exhibit. I know there's a mass delete tool. I don't like using it. It's just fussy. I just prefer to do it myself. Okay. So this one we'll have as like... No, too big. Where's the fence? Where's the walls? What we'll do is we'll have, you know, plants the herbivores eat in this kind of central section here. Just to coax them to walk around a bit. See, this was one of the reasons why I don't like the invisible fence they've given us, and why Kyodenic's invisible fence was so much better to use. Because Kyodenic's was actually invisible. You couldn't see it. It gave no indication it was there. So you could make walkthrough enclosures work perfectly fine. But because the invisible fence in this game isn't actually invisible, you place it down and it's like, it's really clear it's there. So you have to hide it. And it's just... it's the very opposite of invisible fence. Grumbly, grumbly, bim. Right, and again, let's just do... Let's actually put in some of those planters down here. I was happy with how that was looking. I just didn't want it to be the whole sort of thing. Just have a couple, just somewhere where we can put like lamps and stuff in. Same for over here. So it's quite a big area in terms of decoration. So I'm thinking we could do a kind of multiple biome area thing again. Low health. Let me guess. Are you stuck? Got stuck looking for food and water. See? It's not fixed. The problem isn't fixed. I'm sorry to go back to this. That's twice now in this stream alone where we've had two animals get stuck. One on terrain they probably aren't supposed to be fine on anyway, so whatever. But that, he was just stuck on decorative items. Items that you can have in the park, and he was stuck on it. Like, for heaven's sake, Frontier. They did that in the first... I never had it in... Oh, no, tell a lie. I did have it a couple of times in the first game. But not as often as I do in this one. It's flipping frustrating. Oh... Sorry. Right. So we're going to do a split biome area. This area on this side, we're going to make sort of deserty. Fletcher really struggling to keep it child friendly with the language. Like, I don't care about child friendly personally. It's like, it's nearly 11 o'clock here, so fuck it. As far as I'm concerned, it's past the BBC watershed line, so that's fine to me. I just don't want to rant too much. But it's stupid problems like that. Dinosaurs getting stuck in terrain that really bugs me. They shouldn't do it. Come on, Frontier. You make dinosaur... You've made dinosaur games before. You've made animal games before. Why are you so damn inconsistent? I think that's what really bugs me the most about Frontier. Is you've got games like Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo. Absolutely amazing games in terms of their park building, in terms of their depth, in terms of their scope, in terms of their development. You've got Elite Dangerous as well. In terms of scope, Elite Dangerous is just huge. And then alongside games like that, you've got games like this. baffles me. At this end, I want kind of to be like a fir tree wood, kind of like an Isla sauna thing going on here. And then this side we'll leave as kind of fairly temperate. I am going to put some water over here. Again, just to stimulate the animals to walk around. Also helps to hide the invisible fence. They likely put the D team on the evolution games. No, I think it feels like they've put the F team on there. F as in fucking useless. Excuse my French, but sometimes it really does feel that way. Now, I do wonder, someone mentioned using the plants to try to keep the animals close without them escaping, like we kind of did with the Aeholopterus. I do wonder if that will work for the animals in here. Because if we try and keep vegetation away from the gates, I wonder if they will stay where I put them. Or kind of stay within sort of the general gist of the area. Because placed foliage doesn't count. I know that already. So we just need to really keep the animal away from the gates. I'm thinking I quite want to have like a stone arch here. It's not long enough. Yeah. Herbivores tend to stick close to their food. Yeah, so hopefully we can artificially use that. If this is going to be a dune area, we need to add in some actual dunes. That's... Okay. Just want some height difference in this enclosure, otherwise it'll look a little flat. This one, since we're going for the fir trees, quite happy to make it quite a chunky amount. Yep. And I'm gonna drop this area down just a tad. Yeah. Okay. Fletcher, could we have Truodon in this walkthrough? No. I think it's important if you've still got people walking through here, you wouldn't have carnivores of any sort. Yeah, like Yeholopterus is fine because Yeholopterus is basically an insect eater and it's too small to really be much of a threat. Truodon could still give people nasty cuts. Still could probably bite a finger off if you let it, so... I think we need to stick to primarily herbivores in here. How about 20,000 Lystrosaurus? 20,000 might be a bit many for my rig to handle. No worries, Jacob. These things happen. Just layer up that foliage. "36 Lystrosaurus. I think Lystro is certainly one animal we could definitely have in here. It's small, completely harmless. doesn't really move around too much because it's fairly slow, so as a result would probably not be something that's going to try and escape all of the time. Okay, let's stick in some aloe veras. Suddenly rain. That is something I have recently discovered, by the way. These large tree 3 on the tropicals, sink them down if you're using mods. They make quite good coverage plant if you want to cover up a big area of space. I think I've used a couple down here. Yeah, look, down here and in here. Just works quite nicely. It's like a wide, bushy sort of plant. Okay, I think the desert area is perfectly good, apart from some lining trees around the outside edge there. Prickly pears, you hate those things. And yeah, and then this one will be just fir trees, lots of sequoias. Try to give you that sort of Isla sauna feel. I think we'll have it sort of come out this way a bit. And then this side will be all temperate. Lush green. Something a bit like that. Right, well, we are coming up to 11 o'clock. Off stream, I'm going to probably do a lot of the other decorative elements of the walkthrough enclosure, so I can get them done for you guys off stream, and you don't have to sit there watching me plant plants everywhere. And then I'll leave putting the animals in for the stream. Fletcher, for the funny things, put a Moros and Lystrosaurus boxing ring in the middle of the walkthrough. That is cruel. That scene was cruel. Also, can we just point out that man, you know, a fully grown human being, couldn't escape from Lystrosaurus jaws? An animal the size of a pig? Smaller than a pig, in fact. More the size of a big cat. Not being funny, but I could probably escape. Anyway, without getting drawn into pointing out the failures of Dominion, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We didn't get that much done today, but like I said, I wanted to take things slow. The Monolophosaurus habitat looks really good, I think. Oh, is that a... That might be a screenshot opportunity. I'll turn depth of field off, shall I? You're in the long grass. You're too far into the long grass. Let's see if I can get a decent shot in NVIDIA Ansel. That's decent enough, I think. Yeah, sorry, Jacob. I mean, we are always live at 9 o'clock, so do try to remember that for next time. That's a good shot. But like I say, next week there'll be War Thunder video on Friday. There will be a Jurassic World Evolution video. And there may be a stream on Wednesday if I can bug Dane enough to get to do it. If not, there'll just be the one on Sunday. That's enough screenshot taking. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in with me on this Sunday evening. Wherever you are, I hope you have a good day. Don't forget to like if you have not already done so. Join the Discord if you have not already done so. And until next time, stay safe and good night.